3, 2, Welcome back, Fun Fam, and good morning to everybody. I don't like it when I come on like that. All the way up. Welcome back to another morning edition of The Dish. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. Pam Empson just popped in. Hello, Pam. Welcome back, Fun Fam. Oh, and if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. This is The Dish. We used to be the Daily Dish, but it's not quite happening daily, so I can't really count on that anymore as we go through some scheduling changes and this and that and the other. Um, it's a matter of energy and everything. Anyway, hope everybody's having a phenomenal day. Speaking of the day, as of the recording of this, it in live streaming, which is right now, it is the 21st day of July, 2025. Hopefully everyone is having a phenomenal day, whether it's morning or afternoon, maybe it's evening, middle of the night. I don't know where you're watching from. Could be any time. And so it's we're trying to figure out what we are doing here on the channel with the various scheduling of live streams, everything. I mean, the basically, I'm trying to figure out what it is that you guys are looking for. What time of the day you'd want me to be here, who you want me to be with. It's also very difficult to have panelists in the morning. So, when I'm doing the morning show, it's kind of just me. And when I'm doing a show at like 8 to 10 p.m., it's going to be more panelists. Now, starting Wednesday, this is a programming note. The plan going forward will be every Monday and Wednesday, we'll do a live stream at 8 p.m. And most of the time that will be in studio and with panelists, although now and again, it could very well be in the parks. Tonight, I'll be live at 8 p.m. From Magic Kingdom to show the new Starlight Dream the Night Away parade. And we'll be doing that. Now, here's the thing. This is what I do for a living. This is my job. Okay. I take this very, very seriously. Now, when you're doing a job and you're doing something for a living, that means that there has to be an income created, whether I like it or not. That is the case. So I let people know that because one of the reasons for the schedule changes is because we have to increase output and increase viewership. And to do that, we, just like any big production company has to do, you have to find the right time slot when the most people are going to view and how we can get the most interesting show going on and everything like that. So wanting to do the best for you, that is why we have changed some of the programming and some of the time slots and this and that and the other, because the fact of the matter is we have to have the advertising dollars, the support from you guys, all of that stuff. It goes into creating this channel. And I'm sure you're familiar with that. If you've seen me on the WDW Pro Show or that Park Place T3PO, any of these others, you will see that, as they divide up their segments, there's always a break for super chats and member support, that kind of thing. And of course, we do that here too. We whenever we get anything in, we love to celebrate that. Why do we celebrate it? Because, as you guys know, the only thing that keeps somebody like me going on YouTube is you and the energon that you give. You are the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out a bed in the morning to be here with you.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
Yes, indeed. Oh, look, my mom is here. Hello. I sometimes have a difficult time figuring out how many people are actually viewing this at once. But part of the programming note and the programming change is that in order to make a live show like this work, we have to be looking at upwards of getting an audience of 50 or more. And doing the Daily Dish over the course of a year, we didn't really grow the audience to that point. So 15, 20, 30 would come in at a time, and switching to nights doing the 8 to 10 p.m. slot on Mondays and Wednesdays, we're hoping, especially as a lead into the WDW Pro Show on those nights. So we're hoping to get a higher viewership. So what that means is that if you're viewing this show when it comes on the dish on Monday nights or on Wednesday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. with a panel, it will lead right into the WDW Pro Show, and you won't have to change that dial. That's right. So we will still pop on in the mornings from time to time like this when we have something interesting to say, and we've got a few great stories to get to this morning. And I want to say hi to everybody that's in the chat soon, and we will, of course, celebrate that as well. We also like to let people know, because we probably won't do this as much in the evening, that we have a spread shop. What is a spread shop? Well, that is a merchandise shop. Let me see if I can get this on the screen. Let's see here. I don't need tab audio. But I can put this on the screen, add to the stage. There is our spread shop. Follow the Bradley Fun with all of our products. All right. And I'm going to be revamping the product line pretty soon. It's been about a year, so we need to change some things up. But we got Make Disney Walt Again, which will probably never go away, because the idea is for some degree of hope. Very difficult to do with the rivers of America being completely destroyed out there at the Magic Kingdom. That is the most anti-Walt thing that they could have possibly done, along with an animatronic that breaks down. We'll get to that in a little bit too. But there is our Follow the Bradley's Fun Finding the Fedora merch. Fedora Finds merch, I should say, and our family logo t-shirt. So all of that is there. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat. And by the way, if you purchase anything from the spread shop during the course of the show, we will celebrate that. And here is the link. I'll put that in the chat. There is the link to the spread shop. You can go there, purchase anything. If you let me know that you purchased something and you've done that during the course of the show, then of course we are going to celebrate that. And we will celebrate any support that we get, any audience support that we get, we celebrate during the show. So whether that is a super chat, super thanks, super sticker, or PayPal, buy me a coffee, those links are in the pinned comment, or perhaps a member milestone chat, or somebody becomes a member of the channel, or of course somebody gifts memberships. We're going to celebrate any of that. We love to celebrate on this channel, and we celebrate because that is all of you. What does a celebration look like? It might look something like this.
Is it too much? Too much? It's just perfect! Wahoo!
Oh, this is just the best of us. There we go. And of course, we invite everybody to celebrate with us. So if we are doing a celebration, we want you to celebrate with us, whether you're a member of the channel or not. If you are a member of the channel, you have custom emojis that you can throw down during any of our celebrations. And if you're not a member of the channel yet, then feel free to either join the membership and celebrate with custom emojis, or just drop any of those fun emojis in the comments as we celebrate. That could be dance, it could be fireworks, it could be any of that, any of those types of things. Now let's say hi to everybody that is here today. I saw first through the door our good friend and wrench on the channel. That means they're helping the chat, helping people out. Snortopoopus Q Burr says, hello, humans and other critters. Well, hello to you, Snortopoopus. And says hi to me and hi to Fairbrooks. I don't see a comment from Fairbrooks. That may have come in before StreamYard started it. Tom F is here. Tom F is a great wrench on the channel. Says, who has the brisket? Bessie A. Good morning, Bessie. Yay, good to see you in the chat. Pam Empson has come in from across the pond. Hello, Pam. Good to see you as always. And of course, my mom is here. Hi, Mom. Be seeing her later today. And Dan's Life at the Kingdom says, good morning. Buenos dias, Dan, my friend. And I see that Tom and Pam say hi to my mom. And the Bud Files are here. Hello, Sue and the Bud Files. How you doing? Good to see you out there in the chat. Hey, is the chat doing that thing where you have crowns? It looks like Tom F has the number 2 crown spot. Trying to see. It's funny because I don't see a number 1 crown spot right now. I see that Tom F had 3. Snortopoopus had number 2. Maybe it's yes, it's doing the crowns thing. It's doing the crowns thing. Well, we want to start getting to stories, and we've got a few to get to today, including one that I am particularly what's that be Saranti Prob. I wonder what are you trying to type there, Tom? Anyhow, again, and this show, by the way, this show streams right into Culture Casino and his 6-minute daily. At that time, you probably won't see me in the chat because I am scheduled to record with WDW Pro for a video that will be out a little bit later today, I believe, possibly tomorrow. I don't know the schedule, but that's what's going on with me. Also, I've been working on vlogs, and here's the thing, to be completely honest, the thing I like to do the most on YouTube is the vlogs. The vlogs also make very little money, and this is my job, and because it's my job, I have to get paid in order to keep bringing things to you and keep staying on the air for the audience that watches. And I appreciate every single one of you. Greatest audience on YouTube. Appreciate you guys so much for being here. That's why we love to celebrate you and all that we do. But the news stories, they seem to help out the channel a lot. So we're doing more than we had been doing more of the news stories. We're probably going to get back to that. But I love doing the vlogs. I love being out and about and seeing people and vlogging and having fun. And typically during the vlogs, it's a lot easier to stay very, very positive. And I love being positive. It's which is why I like talking about some of the things that we're going to talk about today are great stories and very positive stories. And when we have to cover the news that is more negative about decisions like the Rivers of America going away, well, we try to be good about that, and we try to have fun with it if we can. So that is what is going on there. So thank you all for being here. For those that have provided support in the past, thank you so much. You are helping this channel out, and we continue to stay here. And we continue to grow, and that is why we're doing this. Now, we will still have some morning dishes. This will be a breakfast dish. As a matter of fact, what's the title? Buc-ee's and the Road Trip Resurgence. The dish, breakfast. Tonight's dish will be live streamed in the parks. Not really carry the dish name. And then we'll have a dish on Wednesday evening, and I'm not sure if there will be any for the mornings. Any of the other mornings this week, because I've got some other stuff going on with my car going into the shop and everything else, but we shall see. But I like to do these because they help me also get other things on the channel, the news stories that seem to do very well. So there you go. It's not that kind of dish, Tom. It's not that kind of dish. For that, if you want, this is mental and emotional substance, not physical substance. Yeah, for that you have to go to a restaurant. But I do want to get a story on the channel. But again, I want to remind everybody, because we have a goal out there. I don't know if it can be met. We hope that to meet the goal, 5 super chats of 99 cents or more. Now, I always tell people this is very important. If you can't afford to super chat anything, please don't ever do that. Please don't join if you can't afford the support. Just don't do it, okay? But if you can, the super chats and the goals, all of that help, because it helps the algorithm. When we get this out to more people, get the channel out, get the show out to more people, it really does help the algorithm. So 99 cents and up. If we get 5 of those, we meet the goal today, and we love meeting the goal. But any other support, of course, we are going to celebrate. Now, just one more reminder before we get to stories. One more celebration, and the reminder is, as we do this, we'll use it for practice. When this celebration is going on in the chat, click those custom emojis. Hey, Michael's Adventures, I see you down there. Click the custom emojis or any celebratory emojis and celebrate along with us. This is a practice celebration. Let's celebrate right now. I'm doing something in the background. That's why you don't see me right now. There's the celebration emojis. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that. Come on, verify I'm human. Hey, we have success. Yay. All righty. Already on that Park Place, the stories changed. And we want to make sure that we get to this one. All right. Now, for those of you that are viewing the live show, one thing that you might want to check is that you're actually viewing us when we are live. It's also possible you could have gotten a few minutes behind, and if you want to check, what I'll usually do is fast forward, speed that up, or whatever. But sometimes when I'm watching a live, I notice that I'm getting a few minutes behind where they actually are with the live. But we do want to get stories up on the channel. First thing we're going to be talking about today is the weekend box office, which was apparently a success for a Superman. Aloha, Native Hawaiian. Good to see you in the chat. Another one of my wrenches. As I was explaining earlier, we moved things around. Native Hawaiian, we are going to be doing 8 to 10 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays, at least from this point going forward. That is where we're moving the majority of the live in-studio shows to. However, today, I'm here in the studio this morning because I will be out of the studio tonight for a live showing the Disney Starlight Parade that wasn't supposed to happen until yesterday, but started to happen on Friday in a big surprise move, and we'll be covering that this morning. For all of us that had planned. Disney said, well, screw your planning. we don't need your planning. We're just going to release it earlier and help out those people who happen to be able to get to the park in 5 minutes. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. That happens to me, though, a lot of times when I'm watching live. Well, say hi to your granddaughter for me. I hope that she is well. I've been trying to figure out some things that are going on with some people in my family, and I can't figure it out. But anyway, we want to get our first story on the screen. So this weekend at the box office, there is one who dominated everyone else, and that is our good friend. Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It is Superman. We want to get this on the screen out of thatparkplace.com for all the news. It should be fun. Bookmark it if you haven't bookmarked it yet. Superman holds strong with a 54% box office drop, overtakes Thunderbolts, and nearly surpasses Captain America's full run in 2 weeks, but it's still struggling overseas. This is by our good friend Marvin Montanaro, written on the 21st of July, 2025, which is, by the way, this morning. There is David Corrin Sweat's super odd-looking non-CGI face, apparently. I cannot, no matter what I try, personally, I cannot see the guy as Superman. I wish I could, but I can't do it. I can't see the guy as Superman. So, Superman held on at the box office with a respectable second weekend drop, but there's still a long way to go for DC's big comeback. In a summer season hungry for superhero spectacles, James Gunn's Superman has proven its mettle, dominating the box office for a second consecutive weekend and crossing the $400 million milestone worldwide. The DC Studios reboot, starring David Corrin Sweat as Superman, earned an estimated $57.25 million domestically in its sophomore frame, a respectable 54% box office drop from its $125 million opening, pushing its North American total to $235 million. Internationally, the film added $45.2 million across 78 markets, bringing the global cumulative to $406.8 million as of Sunday estimates. This performance not only solidifies Superman as a bright spot in the 2025 box office landscape, but also highlights the enduring appeal of the character, even amid a crowded superhero genre. However, stiff competition is coming up on the horizon from Marvel's The Fantastic Four: First Steps, which opens this weekend. A strong domestic hold amid genre comparisons. This film's second weekend box office drop of 54% is notably milder than those of previous DC heavyweights, such as Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice with a 69% drop back in 2016, Man of Steel 65% drop in 2013. This shows positive audience reception and word of mouth. With an 85% score on Rotten Tomatoes and strong exit polls, Superman has boosted the overall summer box office by about 15.9% compared to the same period in 2024, according to ComScore data. Warner Brothers executives are reportedly optimistic, viewing the film as a foundational pillar for the revamped DC universe under Gunn's creative stewardship. Yet, the story isn't without its kryptonite. Oh, dear kryptonite. Yes, international markets have shown softer enthusiasm, with the second weekend's overseas haul dropping 44%, excluding China, where the film has faced outright rejection. Ooh, I guess the Chinese people have their own Superman and they don't like ours. That's okay. The $171.8 million international total represents only about 42% of the global gross, and a typical low share for a superhero tentpole, which often relies on overseas audiences for the bulk of the earnings. Factors like regional competition and potential superhero fatigue may be at play as the film's global trajectory suggests it could stall below the unadjusted $670 million haul of 2013's Man of Steel. But it topples the Thunderbolts and nearly overtakes Captain America's marathon run. The film's rapid ascent is particularly striking when compared to recent Marvel counterparts released on May 2nd, 2025. The Thunderbolts, Marvel's ensemble anti-hero flick, concluded its theatrical run at only $382.1 million globally after an average of about 5 weeks per theater, hampered by underwhelming audience turnout. And that was actually a fairly decent movie, so interesting stuff there. Superman, in contrast, has already soared past that figure in mere 2 weeks, highlighting DC's stronger initial domestic draw and positioning it as a symbolic rebound for the studio. Similarly, Captain America Brave New World, which hit theaters on February the 14th, 2025, wrapped at $415.1 million worldwide after a more extended 14 to 15 week run across up to 4,105 screens, averaging around 6.5 weeks per theater. While Superman's sitting at 406.8 million, just shy of that mark, final weekend actuals could see it overtake the MCU entry's full earnings in record time, outpacing Brave New World's estimated $250 to $300 million at the 2 week point by a significant margin. Challenges are ahead, though, for Superman: competition and profitability questions. Looking forward, and this is to this upcoming weekend, Superman faces headwinds from upcoming releases, including Marvel's The Fantastic Four: First Steps, debuting this weekend on July 25th. Projections indicate a potential steeper drop in the third frame, which could cap the film's global finish at 450 to 550 million, with a production budget of 225 million, excluding marketing. Profitability remains uncertain, typically requiring 600 million or more to break even after theatrical splits and ancillary cost. Still, the film's success extends beyond the ledger. As a reboot launching Gunn's DC era, Superman may have reignited some fan interest, with merchandise sales and streaming potential poised to bolster its legacy in a post-lockdown market where superhero films have faced scrutiny. This Kryptonian revival signals that hope and high-flying action can still draw the crowds that Marvel has lost. So we see potential with Superman, and we haven't seen that as much with the Marvel films this year. But I have to be honest, my own take on Superman, I hated it. I literally hated the film. I'm like, to me, this Superman is on par, and in my own opinion, actually worse than Superman 4 Quest for Peace. And this is why. This is a kind of a little mini review at the tag of this story. Fact of the matter is, this was not a Superman movie. This was a Superman movie with this was a Justice Gang movie with Superman elements in it, and I did not like that at all. When you do a movie that is titled Superman, it needs to be about Superman. Now, if they would have even titled the movie different, I might have been okay with it. If they would have said Superman and the Justice Gang or something else, maybe I could have lived with that. But I do not like the title of this movie being Superman, and it seems to be about everybody but him. It's about Supergirl. It's about Superdog. It's about the Justice Gang. It's more about Lex Luthor. It's not, none of it to me spoke to being Superman. And it may have some high scores out there, but I've also seen some backlash, and it's not Snyder boy backlash. It is the fact that this film on its own, it was not. If this film had come out and I'd never seen Man of Steel, I still would have hated this film as a Superman film. Just, that's my opinion, but I also think it's the opinion of a lot of other people. And I think that because of that, that's my own personal opinion, that it's going to struggle at the box office. But I would love to know what your thoughts are. Did you like it? Did you not like it? The movie Superman. Have you seen it in the theater? And if you did, are you going to see it more than once, or have you not seen it but you're still thinking about go about it? Let us know in the comments below. How do you think this box office is going to turn out, especially with it facing competition for Fantastic Four this upcoming weekend? I want to know. Let us know in the comments below before you go out the door. Thank you so much for coming and checking this one out today. And let me check out the chat, because we have more people that have come in. Izzo's Place has come in. It says, sup, dog? Sup, Izzo's Place. Good to see you out there. I see that you're driving. It's okay. Hopefully you can listen in while you're driving, and that'll be good. Long Rua says, about Superman, I noticed Superman was very emasculated, and it's showing him too emotionally by Lex. Okay, so there's a speech. The highlight of the film, there were a couple things that I liked about it as a non-Superman film, as a Justice League film. I actually could have justified this and probably would have enjoyed the movie more had it not had Superman in it. I would love to know the story of the Justice League. Where the heck did they come from? Dropping us into the middle of that story was so weird. And having no idea where this version of Superman comes from and his lore and how that works, and then having evil Jor-El, I didn't like that at all. There were so many things. Hey, Andy W., I see that you've come in. And Mr. Fulton Mraz, happy birthday. Hope it was a great birthday for you. Michael's Adventures is here. Says he was not a big fan. It's getting butt kicked by Demon Slayer in Japan. That's interesting. Superman, JW, and even Fantastic Four are going to be having their showing lowered just to have more showings for Demon Slayer. That's very interesting. Very, very cool to know. Yeah. Year 3 Superman was weird. I don't need an origin story, but year 1 would have been interesting. Exactly. And I have a lot of issues with the Superman lore when you don't build the relationship between Superman, Clark Kent, and Lois Lane. Without that odd three-way relationship, which is an odd story to tell, I know, but that one hasn't been told in a movie since the 1980s. Think about it. There's no movie that has told us it's the charm of the story. It's the whole point of the Superman lore, is to know that relationship between Clark Kent, Superman, and Lois Lane, and how him having a secret identity has hurt his personal life. So, oh my gosh, I cannot, like, when I'm on Pro, trying to keep up with the chat is almost impossible. Yeah, so I definitely don't always see it, and even if I do see it, I can't always get to the chat because I'm trying to when I'm a panelist on Pro, I have to tune into the story so much that it's not always easy for me to pay attention to the chat as well. So, and the same thing is going to happen when I'm doing my panel shows, which is one of the reasons why I would like to continue doing some morning shows where I'm by myself, because when I'm by myself, I can talk to the chat a lot more. But yeah. No, I'm not sure what that one. Oh, you're talking about Mod Life. Mod, okay. Yes, him falling in love with Lois Lane is an integral part of his humanity. So in this one, he's already in a relationship with Lois. And in Man of Steel, he really didn't have his Clark Kent and Superman identity were one thing when Lois found him. And they didn't even build, like, all of a sudden they're in love without any type of relationship building. Yeah, and there have been a situation with Lex in the past. There's all kinds. So it's such an important part of the lore of Superman to include how those relationships have worked, and yeah, it just yeah, it's not always easy to do this job. Honestly, YouTube is way harder than most people would think. It is really not an easy job at all. Uh, yes, exactly. I would love to see more Lex. I had an idea a long time ago for a Superman movie, in which when Lex and Superman first meet, they actually are not colleagues, but they want the same things. And Lex, you don't see that he's super evil at first, and he actually tries to win over Superman before he turns on him. Because if you think about it, having a Lex Luthor who is a public figure and a businessman and perhaps a billionaire and maybe a tech genius and all of those things, um, and Superman shows up on the world stage, Lex Luthor could easily draw him in and say, hey, I want to work with you. Let's help protect humanity together. And it would be so much more interesting to see Lex have that turn. It's just, I don't know. There's so many things that I would love to see in a Superman movie, and I haven't ever seen any of it. Whether it's Superman Returns, Man of Steel, which I'd say this: Man of Steel to me has one of the best, maybe the best Superman scene I've ever seen. There are two. Well, there are two favorites. This one is him using his powers, his powers of flight. But my two favorite Superman scenes are in Superman the movie in 1978, the interview with Lois Lane. Um, what happens between the two of them and the charm of Christopher Reeve and the spot on performance of Margot Kidder as Lois Lane is a great Superman scene. And then they fly together and all that. It's amazing, right? And then his first flight scene in Man of Steel is also phenomenal. What he's taught by Jor-El, and how he's supposed to provide hope for humanity, all of that stuff. It's just so important, and it's essential. And we haven't had that. We haven't had that. Unlike Batman, Superman is Clark Kent, a farm boy from well, he's actually not from Kentucky, but he is from Kansas, Smallville, Kansas. Believe it or not, Kentucky, even though it's only 2 states over from Kansas, is a little bit different. Wearing a costume, saving people. His human relationship with the people around him was the most important part of his character. Absolutely. And Pam says, I watched Starlight Parade last night. Looks quite good, but not but a patch on Spectro Magic. Yeah, Spectro Magic, the music was phenomenal. I'm going tonight, and I'm hopefully I can get the audio in such a way that when I'm live streaming it tonight, you can actually hear the parade audio. I've noticed in some of the live streams, the parade audio is not that great. So I'm going to try and see if I can adjust that, but I don't 100% know how it's going to come out. My goal is, if my family will let me stay there longer, I don't know. My goal is to live stream it, and then right after the fireworks, I'll go to the pro. We'll go into the pro show. I won't be in the pro show because I'll be in the park, and then hopefully I can stay in the park and at 11 o'clock get the parade for the second time and actually record it. I'm trying to clear up space in my phone so I can do that. Anyway, that's the plan. So we shall see. We shall see what we have. Let me see here. Let's get on to another story. There was one that I'm wanting to do. Aha, there it is. Speaking of Starlight. And it's another good news story. So it's a day of good news. Good news for Superman, even though I'm not a big fan. It's still good news for Superman. And but yes, Pam, we are going to talk exactly about this. Don't call me during the show. I really should turn off notifications on my phone during the show. Okie dokie artichokey, flicky flucky flicky flicky. Disney Starlight Parade Dream the Night Away was originally scheduled to debut on Sunday, the 20th day of July, 2025. As of the recording of this, that was yesterday. However, they surprised everyone on Friday with an announcement, apparently toward the end of the afternoon, over the PA system at Walt Disney World, that they would be debuting the parade on a Friday. It was a surprise. And that they did. So they often call that, whoops, there we go. They often call that surprise and delight. That is the phrase that they use at Walt Disney World, surprise and delight. And that's exactly what they did. They surprised and delighted the audience that was there in the parks out of thatparkplace.com. Bookmark it if you haven't done so yet. Disney launches Starlight Parade 2 days early with the surprise soft opening in the Magic Kingdom as pass holder reservations fill up for the debut. This is by our good friend Marvin Montanero. There is the concept art for the float. However, the actual float looked surprisingly better than the concept art. I know, right? That never happens, but it happened in this case. Walt Disney World surprised Magic Kingdom guests on Friday night, July 18th, with an unannounced soft opening of its highly anticipated new nighttime parade, Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away. The performance, originally scheduled to debut on the 20th of July, was quietly added to the entertainment lineup, drawing massive crowds and kicking off a new era of nighttime entertainment at the park. A dazzling debut ahead of schedule. Just before sunset, Disney confirmed the surprise preview via in-park signage and app alerts. The soft opening for performance was held at 9 p.m., beginning at Town Square, and proceeded through the standard parade route. There was no second showing at 11 p.m., as Disney had previously stated. Guests began lining up early, with the designated viewing areas opening at 7 p.m. I believe there was a bit of a delay from weather. Though brief, the event was a major moment for fans eager to witness the first nighttime parade at the Magic Kingdom in years. I think it was a decade. Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away features cutting-edge float technology, immersive lighting effects, and an original soundtrack, all designed to recapture the magic of beloved classics like Spectral Magic on this magic night, a symphony in Spectral Magic. I missed that parade. You can probably tell. And the Main Street Electrical Parade, which they actually use some of the music of in this parade. Pass holder demand reaches new heights. For the first time in months, the Walt Disney World annual pass holder reservations for Magic Kingdom have reached full capacity. July 20th, 21st, and 22nd are completely booked for pass holders. And I actually have reservations for tonight and Wednesday night, but I probably won't be going Wednesday night if I go tonight. Notably, July 20th hit capacity back on July 20th hit capacity. That's for reservations back on June 25th, while July 21st and 22nd were marked full yesterday. Theme park ticket holders and Disney Resort hotel guests can still make reservations for those dates, but pass holders are locked out unless additional capacity is released or other guests cancel. Pass holder reservations filled up for today, July 19th, with no pass holder slots remaining for any of Disney's 4 theme parks. The surge in interest marks a rare moment of reservation scarcity under Disney's updated park entry system, breaking through what has been extremely sparse summer for Disney attendance. Now, there are rules for the Magic Kingdom for this parade for booking reservations. Annual pass holders should take note. If you are an annual pass holder, you're watching this, please take note. Very important. Several guidelines ahead of the parade's official debut. Pass holders must have a Magic Kingdom reservation to enter the park at any time on July 20th through the 22nd. The after 2 p.m. exemption does not apply on these high demand days. I believe that's actually going forward from now on, and they haven't really announced the stopping date for this. Park hopping remains available. It says that pass holders with reservations at Epcot, Hollywood Studios, or Animal Kingdom may hop to Magic Kingdom later in the day, but entry is not guaranteed and is subject to park capacity. Reservations may reopen. Disney's system occasionally frees up new slots, so those still hoping to get in should check frequently for changes. As of today, July 19th, no Walt Disney World theme park has availability for pass holders, a rare and telling sign of the intense interest surrounding the new entertainment offering. With just one soft opening under its belt, Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away is already proving to be a major draw and possibly a turning point in Magic Kingdom's nighttime entertainment strategy. Whether attendance levels pick up for the remainder of the summer, one thing is clear: the return of a nighttime parade has reignited excitement across the resort, and that is important. I know that so far, Pro gave this thing a 10 out of 10. I haven't seen it in person, but so far from what I've seen, it looks cool, but needs more going on in between the floats. But I'll see for myself. Now, it's also very possible that when they did the soft opening, they didn't have everything for the parade other than the floats. So there's a couple things missing, like the 3 fairy ladies from Cinderella. They always were in the float with their electric dress light up and they go around. So I don't know. I want to see some more. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on Starlight, and if you have seen video of it, if you've been there in person, let us know down below in the comments before you go. And thank you for coming in and checking this one out. Linda, I see you. Hope you have a lovely Monday. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. And we've got Izzo going. I was looking at it from my phone, so I can't really judge it until I see it in person, which may never happen. But I feel like the lighting and floats were 9 out of 10, and the music was 4 out of 10. I haven't, the music is one of those things that unless I hear in person, I'm not going to know really how good it is. But he says, overall, 6.5 out of 10. Getting gas, in case you're worried. Well, if you're stopping at Taco Bell, that's your business. Oh, no. We've got one more story to get to today. I don't see any supers yet, so we're going to put it, or new memberships or anything like that. If we do, we will stop mid-story to acknowledge the gratitude that I have for anybody that is willing to help support the channel right now, because we are at a point in time where the channel, I hate to sound desperate, but, it is what it is. I got to be honest. The channel needs support right now, so it is what it is. Yes, indeed. So if we get any support, super chats, super things, super stickers, or memberships, or somebody drops memberships, anything like that, we will stop and celebrate that in the middle of the story. Yes, we will stop mid-story for you guys. Plus, I can do that because this next one is going to be my story. Yes, indeed, guys. I have done something I didn't think I was ever going to get to do, because it's not necessarily what I would consider to be my forte. That is, I have written a story. Yes, I wrote a story, and I wrote it for That Park Place, gave it to Marvin, said, I don't know if this is any good, but use it if you can. And they indeed decided to use it. And that story is right here, and it's on Buc-ee's. Yes, indeed. So let's put this on the screen out of thatparkplace.com. Definitely bookmark it if you haven't bookmarked it yet. The headline here is Buc-ee's driving a resurgence in the family road trip. And this one is by yours truly, Ron E. Bradley, right here out of from Follow the Bradley's Fun. That's me. There it is. There's Buc-ee's. I took that picture. I should know. Buc-ee's giant convenience store gas stations have become something of a phenomenon in recent years across the United States. At the same time, there's been a noticeable resurgence in the classic family road trip. Remember the Griswolds? Well, the Holiday Road is making a comeback. Holiday Road, whoa, whoa, whoa. There is a link to my Big Buc-ee's vlog. That got me wondering, could the two be connected? After doing a bit of research and some traveling, I'm convinced there's definitely a correlation. From humble beginnings to mass appeal, founded in 1982 by Arch Beaver Applin III and Don Wessick, Buc-ee's got its name by combining Applin's nickname Beaver with the name of his dog Buck, which also inspired the now iconic Buc-ee Beaver mascot. Applin, whose grandparents owned a small store in Harrisonburg, Louisiana, had a vision: build something people would truly fall in love with. He didn't just want to open a store, he wanted it to go big. I mean, did start in Texas, after all. The first Buc-ee's opened in Lake Jackson, Texas as a 3,000 square foot store, considerably larger than most at the time. Again, this was, a while back. In 2003, Buc-ee's introduced its first full-fledged travel center in Luling, Texas. That location opened at a whopping 35,000 square feet and has since been replaced in 2024 with an even larger facility, over 75,000 square feet and more than 120 gas pumps. Oh my goodness gracious. Today, the Buc-ee's name is quickly becoming nationally recognized, and their expansion shows no signs of slowing down. I also should note, one of the things that's always at Buc-ee's is prevalence of electronic fill-up stations. So if you have an electronic car, you can drive up to Buc-ee's and plug in, and you're charged up in about 15 minutes. So not bad there either if you're driving electric. Cleanliness, friendliness, and family appeal fuel massive expansion. Buc-ee's made a name for itself in the early 2000s, thanks to its spotless bathrooms, friendly service, and family-focused atmosphere. Travelers loved the fresh barbecue, especially the brisket, enormous snack selection, and huge variety of drinks, souvenirs, and quirky merchandise. And the word of mouth spread fast. That reputation led Buc-ee's beyond Texas, starting with its first out-of-state location in Alabama in 2019. As of now, they've opened stores in Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Missouri, South Carolina, and Tennessee, with plans underway to expand into Mississippi, Virginia, Ohio, Arizona, and North Carolina. So they are in the midst of a huge expansion. Not unlike a theme park, a must-see road trip destination. That is why this has to do with thatparkplace.com, because it's becoming a place that people are actually just going to get out of the house, just to go to Buc-ee's, not even go just to a theme park. But as of this writing, Buc-ee's operates 54 locations from Texas to Tennessee. It's becoming a household name and even a bucket list destination. Buc-ee's has developed a cult following. For those who've never been, curiosity abounds, and for those who have, it's become a regular stop or even a highlight of their journey. Sure, the events of 2020 reshaped travel culture, pushing more families to choose road trips over air travel, but now many families are choosing to drive specifically so they can stop at Buc-ee's, and in some cases, it's not just a stop, it's actually the destination. A popularity growth beyond belief. Now this is me. This actually, I wrote this and it is true. I personally didn't discover Buc-ee's until just a couple of years ago. My first visit was during a road trip from Florida to Tennessee back in April. And within a month, I had visited several more. After returning home, I took my family to the Daytona Beach location, and that is their barbecue fresh brisket served up on the bun, fresh. And here is what I thought when I went to Buc-ee's. The bathrooms, immaculate. The food, delicious. The merchandise, like nothing I'd ever seen at a gas station. Incredibly well organized. Easy to find sections for your favorite road trip snacks, fresh jerky, fun gummies, a wide variety of mouth-watering trail mixes, and, of course, their now famous beaver nuggets. Making your way from souvenirs to road snacks to the fresh barbecue is easy. Fresh brisket on the board is a rallying cry heard every few minutes as employees slice and serve their now famous barbecue. It's fun, it's tasty, it's uniquely Buc-ee's. I even featured Buc-ee's in a vlog on my YouTube channel. A short clip I posted from that vlog ended up going viral, earning over 1.8 million views in just a few weeks. I can now say that's up to over 2.3 million views. That kind of response confirmed what I already suspected. Buc-ee's isn't just a store, it's a movement. In many ways, it's become to modern road trips what Disney parks were to family vacations in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Iconic, beloved, and a part of the story. Which I got to say, that's so unusual for a gas station. I remember kind of Stuckey's was our thing back in the 1970s and 80s, but Stuckey's is nothing like Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is way bigger. With one location already open in Daytona Beach, just off I-95, and on the way to Universal Orlando and other Central Florida destinations, and another one opening soon in Ocala, which is about an hour from Walt Disney World and like coming in from the other direction. Buc-ee's is poised to become a fixture for Florida road tripping families. I hope they keep up the quality and charm that make Buc-ee's so special. I, for one, can't wait for our next visit. It's an amazing place. Have you guys been to Buc-ee's? I would love to know your thoughts. So if you have been to Buc-ee's, what is your experience? Good, bad, ugly? Let me know down in the comments below. Or are you wanting to go and you've never been? Let us know that as well. Let us know in the comments below before you go out the door. And thank you for coming in the door today and checking this one out. Guys, thank you for being around there. Jessica Lynn, Original Studios, is here. And she says, I loved it. Look a little dark in some spots, but I have not seen it in person. I think you're talking about the parade. Izzo's place says, Buc-ee's is amusing. I do appreciate the clean bathrooms. Love the snacks and jerky. I wasn't impressed with the brisket, but I have been spoiled by some top-tier brisket in the past. That's the thing. You have to. I always have to tell people, remember, this is brisket at a gas station. So if it's even passing, it's actually a good thing. It's not like this is a barbecue place. They don't have a smoker in the back of every one of these gas stations, and probably shouldn't because it's a gas station. But yeah. Thank you, Izzo. I appreciate that. Appreciate the comment there. Great show today. Yes, we're doing our best, and remember, it's not going to be that many mornings. Izzo will mostly be doing the Monday show at 8 to 10 p.m. on Mondays, 8 to 10 p.m. on Wednesdays, and both shows leading into the WDW Pro show. Except for tonight, where I'll be on location, just because it's the beginning of this parade. Buc-ee's came and beat south of the border rest stop on the way down to 95. Was that the big rest stop before the south of the border rest stop? Oh yeah, I agree. It's a 12 out of 10 for gas station brisket. Yeah, it's like, is there any other place, any other gas station that serves brisket? I don't know. Stop at Buc-ee's for some of them. Oh, and that's the other thing. I really didn't even get to that. There's a lot of things that I couldn't even cover in the article, and I hope you guys like it. I don't know, my writing. That's something that is I'll probably be doing more writing for that parkplace.com. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy the writing and the story. I don't know if I'm good at any of that stuff. Jill Powers, the River Daughter. Just a good morning, have culture show to do. Love Buc-ee's. And speaking of that, we are actually heading over to Culture Casino right now. Guys, thank you for coming in today. As a matter of fact, let's give Culture a little celebration before we head out. Indeed, it's Culture Casino, the bear dance. Yes, indeed. Guys, thank you so much for coming in today to check out the dish, the breakfast edition. We're going to have dinner tonight from the park at the Magic Kingdom. So hopefully you guys will check that one out. 8 p.m. tonight is when the live stream is scheduled for, currently with the parade starting at 9 p.m. And we're going to do 8 and then parade and then fireworks. Hopefully we'll have all of that tonight. And weather could change it. Hopefully everything else will be fine. Hopefully the weather will hold up and we'll be okay. I do like going out to the parks late now because when it's this hot outside, it's not really great until the sun goes down anyway. But let's get you over to the Culture Casino right now. Guys, thank you so much for coming in today. And until next time, we will, in fact, see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.